Hello and welcome to another episode of HSBG A to Z with me, Grimly, where we take a look at every single character in alphabetical order in Battlegrounds, all the way from AFK through to Zephyrs. Today's character we have landed on Infinite Toki. My volume might be a tad bit high here coming through my speakers, that's my bad if you got some background audio. Toki is luckily in one of the higher armor brackets, so our quests thankfully should be very easy to complete. We'll take the alley cat for the economy. Toki, I don't believe, has ever had a different hero power in the length of... She's a really old character. She's been in the game, I think, maybe one of the unreleased characters, maybe just after unrelease. But for 1 gold, you reroll Bob's Tavern, and one of the minions will be from a tavern higher than you. Unless you're in Tavern 6, in which case you just guarantee that you get a Tavern 6 minion in the shop. It's a pretty hit or miss hero power. Sometimes you just get a unit that doesn't do anything for what you're doing right now. Sometimes you get the key component to a build. Sometimes you get a couple of key components to a build. So we're not really going to be touching our hero power early on. Right now we could hero power and get a 2 and be quite strong, I guess, but we could also miss on the 2 pretty hard, and right now we just want to be as efficient as possible. Always swap your alley cats around in case of reforms. There's always a reform lurking around every corner, especially when you don't expect one. Thankfully that's a patchwork and not a reform. Oh, that's going to be a character that's not going to be thrilling to play. Patchwork, ooh. I hope by the time we get all the way down to the peak characters, Patchwork will be fixed in some capacity. I'm going to turn up the in-game sound because I realise now for the past while there hasn't been any music happening. So we'll jam on some of that delightful Battlegrounds music. Just very like similar to Irish Kaylee music. I can get down with it. Toki famously isn't good. I know a handful of people that absolutely despise this character. I think she's pretty fun. If you're willing to just gamble and high roll and accept that sometimes you're gonna miss really hard, then Toki's a fine character. Not every game can be an outstanding victory. We will definitely take the Murlocs here. Cat's gone. Yeah, no, we're definitely taking the Murlocs. It's going to be slightly harder to buff the health of that later. So, like, this is going to naturally scale attack, and this might miss if we have a board full of Murlocs, so I just want the free health on it now. We can stack up attack on it in the next coming turns, as it naturally scales its own attack. I was thinking about maybe buying and selling, or just buying the Quillbore and selling the cat, and taking the 1/4 Murloc, but I think the small Murloc starter package is pretty good. Something that buffs health and something that buffs its own attack. Now there's an argument to be made as well for like next turn. Again, we could sell the cat hero power and see what we get. There are a lot of useful tier 3 Murlocs, like the Felfin Navigator. I think we're probably going to wait till we're around... Oh, that sucks. That's very unfortunate set of hits. But I think we're going to wait till we're about Tavern 4 till we start hitting the hero power and trying to swing into some like brands, maybe a Light Fang for a turn or 2, a Baron, a Begurgle. It's not the worst to use on Tavern 3 either, just to get a try and roll into Primal Fins. Smoking Gun's not bad. Yogg's Wheel is fun, but I feel like it screws me up a lot. What are the requirements? Summon 18 minions. Maybe. Quillbores and Murlocs, that's kind of what we're doing. We don't really have death rattles. Is it the Smoking Gun? So we have a Murloc in the shop and a Quillbore. The Yogg-Saron Wheel is also pretty fun though. Do we just go for fun in this? You know what? We'll go for fun in this episode. We'll do the Yogg-Saron Wheel. I don't see what could possibly go wrong. I guess we'll just take the Quillbore. So we can swap these 2 around, and that looks good. I know we're not exactly a minion heavy summoning build right now, but if we can somehow high roll into a brand and get some Primal Fins, we'll be buying and selling a Yogg, or I almost said a Yogg amount of units. A lot of units for Yogg. I think the same rule applies for the wheel as well. If anyone wasn't around during body meta and is not happy with the speed of the wheel and is taking up a lot of their turn, click on the wheel aggressively. Keep clicking on the wheel, and as far as I know, that speeds up the animation. I think. I'm not sure if that's still a thing, but that used to be how it worked for Yogg-Strong's body when it used to spin the wheel. That sometimes you'd get a Bran or a golden Bran or a golden buddy, and you'd be spinning a lot of wheels, and it would take a lot of time. So I assume the same mechanics work for the quest. Although, you know, Hearthstone spaghetti code, who knows? I like the dragon, but we have nothing going for it right now. Do we ever Tavern hero power and sell a cat? I think we do. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Getting a bunker this early in the game, I would have to say, is definitely solid. There's also a Tad in that shop that I quite like. And there's a banner board. Alright. We won't be power taverning to 4, it seems. Although I'd still like to just power tavern to 4 and hero power, but I don't think we can possibly pass up on a Tad and a banner board with a bunker already on the board. I think that's just too much value. I'm kind of sad as well I didn't get to the, I'm like a level away from getting the really nice Toki skin on the Tavern Pass. As much as I don't, you know, I still don't agree with the pay to win aspects of the Tavern Pass. Some of the cosmetics are pretty cool, and again, this would not be possible to make these episodes in a timely manner without me having purchased the Tavern Pass. But I do want to make it known that I still don't agree with it. I'm going to keep harping on that point until something changes. I'm not a big content creator, but, you know, I'll still fight for the free-to-play players. Alright, the bank. Oh, he already has the quest done for that, eh? That's potentially terrifying. So I definitely want this. I definitely want this. We can hero power, it's just not that good. Definitely playing this. Do we just buy something? There's nothing on that board I particularly want to get rid of. I guess we'll just buy the Houndmaster in case we want to taunt something later, and we'll stack some blood gems onto the bunker. The Tough Tusk will already get Divine Shield. Yeah, no, this seems fine. We don't have to commit to Murlocs this game. It's just we got a nice Murloc package and starter, so we'll take it while we have it. We could always just transition into a Quillbore build, or we could do a half and half menagerie. The Houndmaster is probably going to be used on an amalgam at some point. I don't think mechs are in, are they? So we can't Divine Shield, taunt an amalgam. There are no mechs. That is unfortunate. There's also no elementals, which is, I'm not sure good or bad for us. It does mean we don't hit a bunch of crap on tier 5 we don't want. Like Tavern, Tempest, Rag, and Master of Realities. And Nomi. Although an early Nomi, like next turn if we roll it, would be pretty useful if elementals were in. I Bonker did his job. Did I mess up the placement of the banner board somehow? No, the Tough Tusk has a... Did it just not get a shield? Did I miss it getting a shield? I wasn't paying that much attention. We still lost that pretty hard. Am I losing my mind? I have no idea. Well, hero power and see what we get. That's insane, actually. Yep, I'll take an item. Yeah, no, I'll take an item. That seems fine. It's definitely not the build I was expecting us to play, but you know what? If anyone's ever seen any of my streams before, they know I'm in love with this build right now. You give me an Agum and a way to generate blood gems and I'm a happy, happy camper. We do need either to triple the hunt or the hauncher, whatever its name is. Honcho, that's it. Either the salty honcho needs to be tripled or we're potentially selling the swamp striker maybe and holding the pair. I don't know if it's better to sell the swamp striker or the swolfen. The swolfen is pretty swole right now. So we have bunker generating blood gems for Agum, which then hopefully should buff the bunker some more and the banner board. I like this board. We just need to replace maybe 2 of the Murlocs with other minion types and maybe the banner board as well. Okay, we take those. That's fine. All of this is fine. Oh, that was a damn good cup of coffee, let me tell you.
You looked, I mean, you did amazing out there.
So nothing there actually benefits us in any way. That is a demon. That's a beast. That's a really good beast to buff. I like that.
That one has a pure heart. I can tell. There's some good new recruits here.
The Murloc is interesting, but I think we're going to be switching into a menagerie style build. Oh, the banner board is insane. Oh, is that 2 banner boards? Okay, we can do that, I think. I believe. I think it is actually that goes. We don't want to give that to Cave Hydra. We'll buy this. This down here.
Tear this place apart.
None of that's particularly helpful, but that's at least a demon, I guess. Alright, the pair of these are now gone too, I suppose. We can roll once. None of that's useful. It's not the best menagerie board that's ever existed, but it's definitely a menagerie board. We'll let the bunker get 1 more turn of buffs off the banner board, I believe. I don't know, do we want to just put him into the Cave Hydra instead?
Don't give up. With the power of love, there's no way you can lose.
Oh, I do love this Agam build. There's just something satisfying about a good Agam build coming together. Get cleaved, son. That was actually a pretty insane cleave. Get him bunkered. So next turn, I think we can Tavern, sell the Haunch, Hero Power, and buy a 6. Maybe a Charlga, maybe a Dark Speaker. If we get a Dark Glaze Elder, I believe if we get that, we will be selling out of the bunker then. If we get an Imp Mom or a Felbat, we can replace the Insatiable with it. That guy just took an absolute chunk of damage. This is the high roll potential you can have with Toki. We can Tavern Hero Power. Do we want to? Do we want a Hero Power first and look for a 5? I don't think there's a 5 we want. Zap's not doing it for me, to be honest, but I am going to sell this. And do I want a Bran? Do I want a Bran? Do I want a Bran? That's a very good question. What am I getting rid of for it? The bunker? I think we take this, actually. I was looking at the menagerie, that's why I sold, but this could high roll really hard. It didn't. Yes, we just take the dragon, because it's a pretty good dragon to have.
Why, of course I can take that one in. Here's a gold for it.
Hard to complain when you get a Bronze Warden that you can buff up with a Menagerie build. We can roll, see if we get anything actually worthwhile. No. The Light Fang is interesting, but we already have a better Light Fang setup going on. I am going to, though, move you and you around. Actually, no, sorry, that way around. I want to buff the Cave Hydra. Maybe I want to start with Bonker, though. Let Bonker hit it and then Hydra cleave something in the back.
Keep it up. Your minions are dependent on you.
That's a good bonkin. That's also a good bonkin. That's a good cleaving. Menagerie is not a build I can recommend right now in this game, but you know what? It's getting the job done. Also, we have a quest, apparently. Sure should complete that at some point, eh? Probably would be useful to us to actually complete that quest. Alright, Uther's kind of insane, I guess.
That one's a work of art.
Alright, Bonker, you're done.
Why, of course I can take that.
Uther the dragon. Get it caught up with the rest of the minions. Murazon just to get the quest completed. Don't need a Terragolsa. Nah, don't really need that demon. Don't need a Mama Bear, I believe. Don't need a Leapfrog. There's another Bonker. Ooh, actually, that could be poisonous. It was not poisonous. I guess we take the taunt because it's helpful. Not the best menagerie setup you could ask for, but it's a menagerie setup that you can play in this game. What are we fighting against would probably be something that's worth checking into. Dragon, so cleave up front should be fine as long as he doesn't have an Adina that's taunted.
It's your destiny to win this.
Kind of missing on the 6 drops as well from our hero power. That's we high rolled on a 5 drop and low rolled pretty hard on a 6 drop. That wasn't the worst cleave in the world. I think we're fine. Tokens are vaguely annoying, but whatever. Bronze Warden battled to the death. I actually think Bronze Warden is my favourite card in Battlegrounds outside of Agam. Try to roll for poison? Oh yes. Click on wheel, go faster. Oh. Okay, well, that was almost good until it stopped immediately. I guess we take this and continue looking for poison. Yes, I do want that actually.
Stick with you to the end.
That is a better demon, but our current demon taunts, which is more useful to us. That was the worst Rod of Roasting I've ever seen, by the way. Where are the Toxfins at? Like, actually none of that is useful to us.
Why, of course I can take that, Woody. Here's a gold for
There's a sunbake relaxer at the very least. Nothing else in the shop I'm missing? Proverbial's not that useful. I am gonna play this before I use the blood gems, even though, yeah, the Agam might hit that and not the Cave Hydra. Cave Hydra will get enough buffs from the banner board, it'll be fine. Now, who are we fighting and do we need cleave up front is a question that we need to ask. Patchwork is playing beasts. Cleave up front is probably fine. Although it now makes me... Oh, he has 7 beasts, so Zap probably isn't the most useful thing in the world. If we roll onto Charlga or the Dark Glaze Elder, I believe we might be able to replace the banner boar on our field. Oh yeah, stolen gold. That's nice. Bye, Baron. I believe that cleave might just have led to his death. Yeah, that looks like about 25-30 damage. Yeah, 28, somewhere in between. That was an absolutely insane cleave. Faster, 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 go. Oh, everything in the shop is just buffed now? Interesting. Oh, did everything on our board get buffed? I actually can't tell. That is not better than what we have, actually. Do we just Tavern to 6 and roll? I think we just Tavern to 6 and roll. No. The ED Demon is pretty fun because we'll actually consume 2 minions out of the shop, but at the same time, I want a tier 6 minion. I want Dark Glaze and or Charlga. Again, do we need cleave up front in this round? We are fighting Drekthir. Drekthir is a tacky boy, playing beasts. Maybe we also cleave his Baron. Does he also have stolen gold? No, he has ritual. Alright, so he's probably going to have some pretty large taunted frogs. Which makes me wonder, do I actually just open with the Bronze Warden and then try to cleave in? Or do I cleave in and try to kill? Yeah, I think I actually cleave in first and try to kill off his Macaw if he has one. Although, what does it say when you look at my one? It says I am playing mixed minion, so he's going to assume I have a cleave, I imagine, if I'm playing mixed. Menagerie normally involves a wildfire, a crackling cyclone, a cave hydra, or a foe reaper. On occasion, a holy mackerel, depending on what kind of build you have going on and what quest you have rolling. Okay. Wouldn't exactly say it's the cleave I was looking for, but it will do. It's unfortunate for him that one of the frogs landed on his Macaw, because it can't trigger on itself. Yeah, I believe we're fine. Is he dead? He kinda looks dead. Yeah, he's dead. So if you like gambling and playing slot machine, Toki could definitely be a character for you. Also, we're doing extra slot machines on top of it with Yogg-Saron. What did you do? I'm so confused. What did you do? It did a thing. I wish there was a log that told me what he was doing. That is a rather large zap. Do I need a rather large zap? Maybe I do. Maybe I do take just a really big zap. Trying to make sure none of these minions, because I recognize minions when they're not buffed. You're a Razor Gore. Oh, this is playing with my brain so much. Are any of you a Dark Glaze Elder? No. If you're a Dark Glaze Elder, you gotta tell me, or a Charlotte. It's a Murazon. It's another Agam. I'll take the pair of Agams. Do I need a zap for this next fight? They are playing dragons, so probably not. Do I swap in this for another Agam? I think I do. I think we go full Agam. Go absolutely maximum stats. Wasn't the best cleave I've ever seen, but it will do. Get cleaved, son. Get him, Bronze Warden. Oh, you're not even Bronze Warden. Never mind. Get him, Agam. Normally Bronze Warden that lives at the end of the fight. After all the dust and smoke cleared, it was Agam standing victorious. So, do I need this sap now? Dragons again? Really? Oh, yeah. Alright. Okay. That's alright then. Okay.
You nurtured that minion, and now it will only love you more.
What's even... Hello? What's happening anymore? I do think I want to do this, just for stats on the demon. Do one of these, see what we get. There's the Dark Glaze Elder that I was looking for. You're done. Is the other player that's remaining, which is Tavish, are you a beast player? You're also a dragon player, so I just don't need this app.
The runes whisper of your demise.
I wish I could find my mouse cursor so I could roll. None of that. I don't know, man. Maybe that's useful to me at some point. Put that down first, hidden, and then maybe cleave. I suppose it's dragons. We probably should have cleaved first. Oh no, he has a Leroy specifically for my one taunt unit. We probably should taunt up the dragon as well at some point. That wouldn't be the worst idea. Yeah, we definitely should have cleaved way earlier. Yeah, I think we're fine. That Cave Hydra absolutely carried. Like, that was a ridiculous amount of carry from one single Cave Hydra.
I mean, you did amazing out there. They are coming for you.
I'm still not sure what that does. Curse of something. I'll take this. I'll roll. That's absolutely insane. Yes. And now we just donkey roll down the rest of our gold, get the buffs. Perfect, awesome. Dark Glaze is done now. Oh, this thing is huge already. I guess the Banner Boar is done now? No, Dark Glaze is still done. Sunbacon is in, gets played. Stack it on the Agam, play the Demon, eat the shop. Anything in the shop that's useful? I guess I take this in case he's looking for one. Now, I cannot recommend in this current meta that you play Menagerie, but sometimes you get the absolute nuts with Quillboar Menagerie. Oh, did he immediately just snipe my Manta Queen? That's fucking rude. I can't believe how big that Dark Glaze got so fast. That was crazy. I do believe our opponent is dead, and I do believe... Oh, he's Tavish. I probably should have not had the Manta Queen where it was. Oops. Even when I tried to throw, we can't. Well, that was another episode of the HSBG A to Z. I've been Grimly, and if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and do all the buttons and etc, etc, etc. Until next time, good luck with your own games at home, and peace out.